Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between our visitors and the Toronto Huskies. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move them?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches, 76 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against 2nd to last in the pass defense area. Good for him. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the
Now a give right side. Walden. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Huskies take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll look to throw here. Rolling to his right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, what a move. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The start of this game, has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games, because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Walden. And he stopped immediately there. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Falcons ready to take over.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. Right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Walden. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Walden. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And give him 12 yards and a 1st down.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Now a handoff up the middle. Walden, and not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2nd and 3. This is caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Up the middle they go. Walden, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 12th rushing touchdown of the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to the 42, second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice Nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
On second down now, Walden. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48-yard line.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Sets up fourth down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gomez. Clock running and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space, kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 20-17, your final. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are still holding on as the win gets them to 9-6 on the year with 2 games to go. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the New York Jets. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, on the other side, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, Walden, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 48 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw again. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard, need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Gomez.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Yeah, able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Walden. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 8. Wide open receiver complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 6 yards away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Falcons back out getting set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 1. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. 3rd quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now. Now he dumps this off over the middle. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw here. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
2nd and 4. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll drop to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Falcon football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. That is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan installed by how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On second down now, Walden. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 78 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Now time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
A gain of 7. And a Falcon first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Nice little juke.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Touchdown, Falcons! An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast, where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Walden, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Taking it about the 16.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Now a dump off here complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gomez.
And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
He's back to throw. And it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because